21 and I'm studying in Friedrich Alexander University in London, studying chemical engineering. Why Germany? I think I wouldn't say the country itself, but it's more to the language. A lot of people, I picked up the German language for the first time. I thought, why is it so hard? So then a lot of people told me, and I thought of dropping it out definitely. But a lot of people told me that, oh, if you drop the language, you will lose this language proficiency like forever, and you won't be able to pick it up again. So of course, then I decided to say, hey, why not just give it a go? I motivated myself in practicing the language, and over time, I just came to realize I fall in love with the language, and because of that, I told myself to pick up French and Korean along the way. Yeah. This one thing that the free education, some say free education, I would say free tuition fee is a very good thing, especially in Germany, because with this you are given the freedom to choose whichever course that you want to take. In fact, changing course isn't uncommon in Germany. I can say that I would change like from an engineering course to even a business course. For me, I would say mechanical engineering didn't vibe with me. I didn't like the course. So over time, I decided to say, and at the time I was in the TH, a Fachhochschule. So I decided to tell myself, hey, you didn't like this course, why not go for university? And as of now, take this semester as a trial semester. At least, if I'm going to switch to a university, I won't get that big shock that everything's in German, I have friends again, I'll be staying alone, etc., etc. So of course, I decided to make that big step and say, yeah, let's go to a university. It's the unconventional way of people transferring from a university to an FH. But let's give it a go, as I told myself. I'll put this out first. I reside in Nuremberg, but I study in London. These cities are comparatively smaller. London is actually smaller than Nuremberg, but both cities are very laid back. They are more chill as compared to the larger cities in Germany like Frankfurt, Düsseldorf, and Munich. The 934 is definitely manageable. I paid most of it goes to my rent, which costs about 500 something. In some say it might be the higher end, but with 500 divided by 934, I still have like 300 something to play around with, on top of my groceries, my drugstore stuff, and on top, if these two covered, and on top of my insurance, I still have a handful of amount to play around with, like my leisure, like my rock climbing or badminton, or even going to a pub drinking with my friends. Yeah. In the city, there are definitely a lot of Asians, but in my class, there are a number of Asians who lived in Germany for a number of years. So practically saying they speak better German as I do, definitely. But I would say that in the end, there are Asians in my city where Nuremberg is, especially in Erlangen. In fact, Erlangen is a student city, so there'll be a lot of international students there. I do hear a lot of Afrikaans people having difficulties assimilating themselves into the German group, but I would say push yourself to get into the German group and definitely use German as your communicating language. In my experience, they asked me how am I able to speak this German is good, and I told them about a year. I've learned about a year. They're pretty shocked that I can pick up this language close to their level in 1 year. To them, it's very impressive. And yeah, I would just say, yeah, like I said, push yourself to join a German group and use German definitely. Say every now and then you get delays, you get cancellations, but overall, I'll say the lifestyle is still, I would say public transport in Germany is definitely better than Malaysia. Definitely. I would say, I can really say my city is very laid back, so it's easy for me to walk around, ride a bike around. That's what I usually do in the spring and summer. If I have rock climbing, yeah, I will go for rock climbing, badminton as well. In the summer, I will play volleyball. And there's a program called Stammtisch in London where it's hosted by Erasmus. So because it's international students, I'll tell myself, hey, I haven't met any international students yet, so why not just go there, see what happens. And ever since then, I have not regretted it actually. Yeah. As everyone would say, joining events, you have more connections, you get to meet more people. If you join an Erasmus program, you are meeting international students who are more open-minded to the culture from other countries. I've met people from Japan, from South Korea, from Mexico, from Spain, from France, from Netherlands, from Italy. These people, you don't get an opportunity like this to meet so many international people from so many countries. And that is what I'm very glad to say that my university has this kind of programs to offer. So Stammtisch in German, it's the best translation I can give is usual table.
Okay.
The usual table. So in this sense, like in the German culture, you go to a table that people drink. It's like a usual that you order one thing. You go to a cafe where you order a thing, then the waiter know what you order. It's the same concept.
Is it a regular day?
Yeah, it's a regular day. That's right. It's a regular table. Yes, definitely a regular table.
Okay.
Yeah. In the first day that we arrived in Germany, I didn't have that big of a culture shock because I did my prior research on the culture in Germany. But I think on my first day of uni, as I think I mentioned, it was definitely a big culture shock because every German has a own group. I was the only Asian in the whole class, and definitely I feel intimidated by it. But overall, because when I changed courses, I told myself, hey, the time in your first semester in a TH is your trial semester, so that if you're going to transfer to a university, it's not big of a culture shock. And ever since then, because of that, I managed to meet. I have my own group of students with me in my own course, and they're very friendly. And ever since then, I've been more open and more willing to step out their comfort zone to meet more people. Hence the Stammtisch, the international students, the more German events, etc. etc. I've mentioned this in one of the forums before, but I'll just say these two words: motivation and conviction. Not only you must have the motivation of that you need to practice this language, but you also must have the conviction to ask yourself why you must practice this language. Of course, the reason is to become better in the language. I would say don't be too discouraged if you feel like your friends speak better German than you. Of course, in the end, if you go to a university where you're going to be in a class full of Germans, then that will be like 3 times the intimidation to yourself already. So, in short, don't be intimidated by your friends and don't be discouraged. And it's okay to do mistakes in learning a language. Not only in learning a language, in whatever you start doing new. Everyone does mistakes in the beginning, and that applies well, especially to the language learning.